Alright, I should be getting live on Twitch. Dashboard real quick. Who cares? Honestly, who cares? Should be good. Just want to make sure, yep. It's recording. And alright. I might as well get started. So, I'm streaming on Twitch and recording this as well. If you are joining in, thank you. Or if you're watching in the future, I appreciate that view as well. Today, I'm actually going to be talking about my first public game. I'm going to call it my first game. Because technically, as a new indie developer, this is the first game I published to the public. Now, it technically isn't the first game I made. I made a tutorial game right before this one, just kind of freshen up. I've also made some games during high school for class, but I don't really count those as like my first game because I wasn't striving to be a indie developer or a game developer back then. So yeah, the point of this is kind of talk about what I learned from making this first game, what is the takeaways, and what are the plenty of mistakes I made. So right now the game is on itch.io, and this is the page. This is the first thing I want to talk about because this is the first thing anyone's going to see. And let me tell you, yikes. This is a big yikes. I mean, look at... It's white. There's nothing. There's no screenshots, no video, not even a cover photo. That's bad. That is... if you don't think marketing is important, well, you're going to get this. It's not going to look pretty. And I'm adjusting the mic in the middle of this, but anyway. It's not going to look pretty. It is going to look so unappealing. No one's going to want to play it, especially since it looks like it is, you might actually get a virus from it. So overall, the marketing on the page is very bad. It turns people away from actually playing the game. And really, that's the first thing I want to show. Like, it's one thing to tell, us new. Like, I'm just starting out, by the way, so don't take my words as written in stone, but I am too. So, like, sorry, don't know the best way to say it, but essentially, don't take my word alone, and don't think I know that don't think that I know that I'm doing everything right. I'm making plenty of mistakes. I'm just starting out. So I should probably make a warning in front of videos that, hey, this is not a tutorial. This is not really educational. But anyway, so for new developers, don't do this. The reason why I did this, because, well, I gave myself only 6 days to make this game. And when I mean 6 days, I don't mean exactly, the hours. Like, I think the hours I spent into this was maybe like a little bit less than 24 hours if I want to be exact, but somewhere between 12 and 20 hours. I wasn't really keeping track. But essentially, I started a project on Monday, March 25th. And I gave myself the due date of March 30th. So that gave me exactly 6 days to work on the game. And I'm going to show you the results of that 6 days in a moment. But again, I did not put any time into actually putting a marketing out. I didn't even like show screenshots on Twitter or anything. Uh, Also, I was working on my laptop on this game because I didn't get my PC till the 29th. So, yeah, this setup, it wasn't even possible back then, like last week, because I just didn't have my PC. I didn't have everything set up. Uh, and yeah, I had to work on the limitations of my laptop. I mean, I love my laptop, but it's very limiting. It's not built to actually develop games. Anyway, I yeah, and also I already downloaded the game onto this PC, by the way, so I need to do that. But I am gonna warn you uh, that when you press download, at least on my PC, when it's like, hey, we're stopping this from downloading. This might be a virus. That's also a very bad sign. Nobody's gonna want to download a game that where your computer is pretty much telling you, hey, this might be a virus. That's bad. Um, so yeah, I gotta figure out how to not have that happen. So just because I address the issues doesn't mean I know the answers right away. Anyway, uh, so I already have it right here. So open it up, and I do like the title of the game, You Are You. And oh yeah, before I go to that, let me talk about the description. This is my first game, and I only give myself a week to complete this, and this is the result. Ay, ay, ay. That's a bad way to start. That is not a hook. That is not a hook. So yeah, I wasn't even trying to market this game. I expect zero people to play it, and yeah, 0 people have probably played it. I don't think even my friends have played it. Anyway, it's not polished, there's no music, and I didn't have anyone else test the game out. Yeah, those are problems I'm going to address throughout the stream. It's a challenging platformer based on typography. Yeah, so I found this random theme generator online, and it gave me the theme of typography. I was like, yeah, sure, it'll give me an idea on what game I want to make. Appreciating constructive feedback, and like I mentioned, that it isn't the prettiest game, and however, I focus on gameplay, made sure it was fun to actually play. I'm not trying to sell this game, just merely using it as a way to hone in my craft. Now, this is a very honest description. I will give myself that. I'll give past me that. But like I said in that description, I'm not trying to sell this game. It's very apparent because another reason why. So that out of all that paragraph you read, that's the only description of the game you have. That's a huge no. That's a huge no. You shouldn't have a whole paragraph where only one tiny sentence is your actual description of the game. That's horrible marketing. For the record, I do not have any marketing experience or professional marketing experience, nor have I taken any marketing classes. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube videos. But yeah, I am learning marketing through YouTube. Game Dev Underground, I've been watching his videos a lot. They've been really informative. But yeah, I spent no time marketing this, and because of that, nobody's going to probably play that game. Anyway, now that we're there, let's click in the game. So it's 600 by 600 pixels because I was working on my laptop and I actually needed to see the dimensions. Alright, this is not a prettiest title screen. You are you, head to the flag, left and right to move, left and right to move, space to jump, enter to start. Uh, Now, this is pretty much on par with. Okay, like. This is not the worst title screen. Because it does give you the title of the game, it tells you the objective, and it tells you the controls. It gives you the bare minimum of, what you need to relay in the game. Now, with this part right here, left and right, move, you probably don't need that on the title screen or the goal. Those could probably be put in the game. In fact, I would probably recommend you put that in the game. Controls though, I would still have like an option button. Again, so for the record, I do not know how to program buttons into GameMaker yet. Oh yeah, as you can tell, obviously I made it in GameMaker, and that is the game engine I'm going to be using for a while. I might switch later down the road, but for now I want to stick with GameMaker. Anyway, so that's title screen. It's bland. It's bare minimum. It's the bare minimum of what you need to tell in the title screen. And yeah, you could really improve a lot on this. There's barely any customization. I put in Times New Roman as the font because I felt like Times New Roman actually had, kind of has that more of a typography feel. Anyway, let's jump in. Yeah, the graphics aren't pretty. In fact, let me minimize this so this can stand out. Anyway, so everything kind of goes alright. Yep, so kind of get your first obstacle. Now, you also notice another problem that you could have noticed in the title screen as well. There's absolutely no music. And not only that, playing the game, you really would like a sound effect, with jumping. All you get is the spacebar, but not from the game. There's no audio coming from the game. That is a big no. The sprites are kind of rough, but I wasn't focusing much on sprites. Anyway, and let's see. Good news is so pretty much when you press one these hazards, it'll restart you in the beginning of the room. That's what it's intended. I would like to point out that I do like kind of the level design I was going for. Now, I know I said in the description it's challenging. Now, challenge is very subjective, and the first couple levels are not very challenging because they're kind of like the introduction to, hey, this is the first hazard you want to be in. Anyway, there's only 10 levels, and wow, I haven't played this in a while, so I'm going to be very rusty, and I'm probably going to suck at my own game, to be honest. And flag. Now, you would think the sprites with the only being words is lazy. Like, wow, you're such an artist that you just opted for words. But again, the theme was typography. I figured this would be kind of a neat way. And also, if you look the first hazard, POW, it's an onomatopoeia. So I kind of want to focus that the hazards are onomatopoeias. Everything else is words, like they're nouns. Anyway. Key is speed and patience. Now, a problem I faced with the POW object was I can't place them right on the ground because they will glitch out like crazy. So that's definitely a coding issue that I probably should have had better coding for the POW blocks, but how they turned out, I think they turned out pretty okay. Yeah, and there we go. This one's going to be really challenging. And also, if you can notice that sometimes the U glitches out a little bit. I'm not sure if you can actually see that. Up. Now, I do introduce other hazards into the game, and I tend to complete the entire game in the stream because it is only 10 levels. With the last level being the most difficult, at least for me. Oh, and also this level and the last level also teach you that going down the floor restarts the room. I'm starting to notice kind of a little bit of a visual lag, but still kind of control fine. Yep, I forgot that you have to really run in that last part. Anyway, isn't it very nice to see the game developer having struggles with their own game? Now, I don't know how to gauge how well it's actually challenging to other players besides me. Because here's the thing, it might be too easy in some cases, or it might be too hard. I have no idea because I didn't have anyone test it. You want to have people test your game, and the problem is though, I'm not sure if I even have I can rely on my I shouldn't say that. Rely on my friends in a timely manner to test out my game with the deadlines I'm giving myself, because the next game project I'm starting today, I already started this morning. I had a morning stream, and the stream will be up on YouTube later today. Well, earlier, it would be already earlier up today. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's already up. If you're coming in on Twitch, it'll be up on YouTube around 4 o'clock in Eastern Time. Anyway, so the problem with having a game tester is that, look, I know what to do. I know where to go. But I have no idea if anyone else does. So I could say this is good game design. I could say this is good level design. But without anyone actually playing it, I have no idea if it truly is or truly isn't. But I did spend like an entire day, so Saturday, I pretty much spent all Saturday, the day that's supposed to come out. It did. Pretty much it was gonna go out no matter the state it was in. That no matter the state it was in, it was going to release Saturday. But I spent pretty much most Saturday doing the level design. Because I had to really focus on coding and all that. Go, 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 go. There we go. And we're almost to the flag. And this guy should be easy. Should be. But I'm going to screw up probably. Oh, there we go. And boom. Alright, and we got the next level. Pretty easy. You just go that way. And this kind of teach you that, hey, if you touch it, boom, you restart. There's no lives implemented or any score system, which even if I knew how to do that, I probably still wouldn't do that, because it's a game meant of like kind of trial and error and learning how to master skills. And I did beat all of these levels at least once, because if I kind of have this, I'm going to have this rule. If I can't beat a level, then I have to remake the level. That's simple. I need to at least beat the level. And then further on, when I can actually get people to test my game, see, that's suck. That kind of sucked. Anyway, when I get people to test my game, I need to make sure the testers that can actually beat the game. Anyway, I kind of had that fake pass, kind of just be like, haha, little trap. I don't know why I that I just maybe didn't want like a straight path. I want to give you the illusion of choice. Kind of merely like, hey, if you thought the easy way was going to be the best option, well, you gotta go through the hard way. Sorry. And also, this does teach you kind of precise jumps. As you can see, I'm having trouble with that one jump. And another thing that, again, I don't know if it actually worked well or not, is maybe the player speed is off because, well, since I'm the developer, I'm like the solo developer, I'm used to playing at the speed. But maybe the speed and jump height is too, is not as good. Okay, I'm having more trouble jumping, making that jump than I thought I would. It's very precise jump. There we go. And just gotta make sure you dodge that. And we got our final obstacle. Now there was actually meant for more obstacles, but I just didn't have time to implement it. Like there's going to be like a saw thing that said slash, but the sprite didn't really turn out alright, so I scrapped that entirely. And there was going to be another object called Wham. It was going to act like a swamp from the Mario Brothers game, like Mario Brothers franchise, but again, just didn't have time to implement it. And sometimes you gotta cut stuff out. Anyway, this teaches you, hey, these are now going to be a hazard. Don't do it. And I also kept hazards, warm, kind of a warm color to show that, hey, warm color's bad, cool color's good. This also teaches you how to, a different type of precise jumping. That, hey, now that you had zaps and you had to make sure you didn't touch the ground, like touch the bottom of the ground, now you have to make sure you can make tall leaps and learn to control in the air. Yeah. See, I forgot to fix that. What's really supposed to happen is there was no way of doing. Okay, so that's a design flaw right there, because my intention was for you to go over here, but the only way to make that jump, like there was going to be a sizzle right here, but unfortunately I either forgot to put a better placement of it, or the placement was that it was bad because when you were trying to, let me show you again. When you tried to make this jump, sizzle would hit. So what I probably should have done was just raised it up right next to the other one, but I think the problem with that was I'm not really, it's hard because I'm trying to talk and play at the same time, and it's gonna be a little difficult. I think the problem was that jump was, it couldn't have been too difficult, but yeah, I think that was just a design flaw, and I didn't make the right fix. So now you could just do that. That's not really all that fun, to be honest. And it is very windy out, slash there's probably a truck outside. Very loud and annoying truck. Yep, garbage truck or recycle truck, whatever. Also, we have another false choice, because if you go, well, if you don't die, if you went the other way, Thankfully, though, there's not any game-breaking bugs that I found. And again, I test this game. I tested each level. I tested the game myself over and over again. And yeah, see, if you go that way, it's a dead end. So best to not do that. So really should go that way. That was kind of a false, like a misdirect. That was a misdirect. Purposeful misdirect. Alright. And again, it's really interesting because when the game launched, I saw it was pretty good. Now I am tearing this game apart the Monday after I took a break from not even thinking about the game, to be honest. And after I'm done with this stream and it's uploaded to video, I'm probably not going to think about this game again. Anyway, this room teaches you that now POW and ZAP are going to be, you know, used in conjunction to one another, making it a more difficult level. And I believe this is the 9th level. I wanted there to be more than 10, like 25, but I just didn't have time. One thing I did want to make sure was that the game didn't seem unfair. And so far with me playing it, it doesn't seem unfair because you do see the hazards coming. So when you screw up, I feel it is fair to say that, hey, you saw that coming, that's kind of your own fault. The problem with the power box not being right on the ground, I feel it makes the collision feel dirty though, like it feels unfair, but when it really isn't. But not so much as like the ZAP, because ZAPs, I didn't do them pixel perfect. They are just rectangles. And yeah, this level and other levels alike show you, hey, don't rush. If you just hold down arrow and jump, you're gonna die. You're gonna have to restart the level. And the problem is, I'm not always a patient gamer, so I tend to rush. So, but patience is key. Now the last level though, I'm gonna die a lot. There we go. Yeah, and this kind of shows you that, hey, you can't always jump willy-nilly. Like, you have to make sure that you're at a certain place for you to dodge, and there we go. I feel like I believe we're almost done with this level. Yeah. Gotta be careful. Yikes. Damn it. Damn it. Sugar honey iced tea. Always nice saying the game developer suck at his own game. And I do tend to heat this game to completion. And for those of you who are wondering, what was the game you made right before this one? Well, it was a asteroids tutorial. Yeah. The only thing unique I did to it was, instead of the asteroids and the spaceship turned to the YouTube play button, and the asteroids turned into that YouTube face, the smiley, the copyright strike face. I thought it was kind of funny, but I didn't feel comfortable releasing that to the public simply because it was directly following a tutorial and it didn't feel like my game. I did look up some tutorials to help me out here, but I wasn't following it, directly. I was doing my own thing as well, so it feels like my own game. I didn't charge for it because I still think that the game's kind of crap. Because it is not polished. There is no music, the graphics, and sometimes, it's very. It doesn't feel smooth at some points. It's not broken. It's very much playable, but it's a very bare game, and I don't feel comfortable people giving me money for this. And I was not expecting anyone to. But yeah, it's a free game. Yep, and we're almost done with this level. There we go. Alright, last level. You're going to see me die a lot because I had so much trouble beating this on my own. Yeah, because now all three of the hazards are in the same room. It is a big room, and you do restart at the beginning restart at the beginning of the room every time. I could have been a real jerk and make you restart the game, but I feel like that would be unfair and really ridiculous. Especially with this level. Anyway. Kind of this bottom part to tell you, hey, Sizzle's back. And I kind of wanted, build up to this kind of climax of everything going at you at once. I didn't. It was kind of like I wanted challenging but fair at the same time. So my goal was to introduce and then challenge. Make you get used to like, hey, this is what you're going to see. And another thing is this room is very much has little room for error. Because you don't get, like in the previous levels, you could see gaps where if you fell, you don't fall all the way down. You don't, if you fall off the platform, you go back a little, but you don't go back from the beginning. Well, now, here, not as forgiving. If you fell from those, you probably are not going to have the control to get onto the ground. Like if you fell from here, you're probably going to land right there because you probably, unless you're like right here and you've missed the zaps, and again, mask is right here, so you gotta be like weary about the collision masks on those. Anyway, it'll go like kind of like that. Unless you're like right here, go like that. You're most likely gonna be there, and you're gonna have to restart. So yeah, there's very little room for error, and especially with here, if you don't do precise jumping, you're gonna either fall here, or you're gonna hit top of this, and it's not gonna be fun. Alright. The good news is that with me calling out these mistakes, it shows that I'm willing to improve and learn. And showing you like, hey, this is how it's supposed to work could like help. Just having me talk about it really shows that, hey, kind of helps me notice my own. Alright, I got lucky there. But yeah, I also had to make sure the ground was raised at just the right level that you couldn't get up there and kind of just dodge that whole area. Yeah, I think that was halfway through, so yeah, I think the game that inspired me was Super Meat Boy, because I played a little bit of that before I started this project, and that was a nice close dodge. Damn it. Was not so good on that one. Something I noticed, maybe it's just a spacebar I'm using because this is, you know, a normal keyboard, not a gaming one. But I was having this problem as well on my laptop, that sometimes when you press space it doesn't detect the line. Maybe because it doesn't leave room for much error because you have to be on the ground to jump. Like, you can't double jump. Alright. Boing, boing, boing. Yikes. See, yeah, like that. If you heard the clicking on the keyboard, you could tell I pressed space, but it didn't jump. So I feel maybe that's a coding error, but I think mostly it's the fact because I just didn't polish the game. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you is that yes, this is bad. This is kind of a crappy meh game. Like, it's not the worst game ever, but it has lots of flaws in it. And maybe not lots of flaws. Okay, in my opinion, it has lots of flaws. But it's not like an outrageously bad game. Just kind of a standard retro platformer type of game. Nothing that really stands out too much. I think that's one of the biggest flaws, is that I kind of just stick to it being a normal platform and normal platformer. Yike. Okay, that was my fault because I was moving and pressing jump when I really should have just pressed jump. But like, other than aesthetic, with everything being a word, it's not that unique. And even then, with the aesthetic of it just being a word, it could be considered lazy if if the player didn't understand that this was what I was going for. They could really look at this and say, wow, could the artist not, could the developer not use an art asset or anything, because this looks horrible. And to be fair, I'm not the best writer, and like, my handwriting is awful. But that's beside the point. But you get where I'm going. That not everyone is gonna, not everyone is going to see what the intention was. So you gotta be very careful there, because that sizzle is gonna get you if you try to move forward. Lost count how many times I died in this level. Alright, there we go. Ooh. Now that there's a kind of a time move, because if I didn't make that jump, that POW would have got me. And the POW is a little bit faster than the player, as you could have probably tell earlier. That was nice. And I kept it like that because first it was like really slow, and it's like, well, that's not challenging or fun. Now, it was somewhat fun to play these levels, especially this last one, but after a while, especially me, because I had to play these levels over and over again, it gets boring. Alright, making progress. Now we have to be careful here. Yeah, my intention originally was to have multiple pals like on each one, but that was way too hard and kind of impossible. You couldn't go anywhere. Alright. Part of it is I forgot. I'm not sure if there's a second. Yep, there was a second one. I thought there was. Oh, I faked myself out. Oh, past John is getting me back for all the is getting me back for all the things I did to him in the past. This is past me's revenge. Clearly my own punishment tool. But it's not. It's a challenging game, but I don't see it as a rage game. And I didn't want people to exactly rage with this game. Not to the point where, why is this so gosh darn hard? And yes, I'm not really swearing even with saying, well, you know, I'll say glob, but because the reason why is I'm trying not to swear is because these videos, like these streams, are going to go up on YouTube. And if you know anything about the state of YouTube, it's a trash zone. Oh, I said the T word. Automatic demonetization. Funny enough, that was the name I gave my tutorial game that I made before this. Yeah, this game is kind of trial and error. Alright. Okay. Am I getting too cocky or what? Probably getting too cocky because I'm rushing. When in this game, speed is key, but you never want to rush. So you need speed, but patience is key. That was nice timing around my part. Yeah, I really want this last level to kind of be a combination of everything you learn. Oh, that was so close. What sucks is that my allergies are acting up today, so my throat is absolutely killing me at the moment. There we go. Ooh. Now I'm just about to go back. All doesn't even matter now. Maybe I should be listening to a YouTube video or podcast or music while I play this, because this game surely is not giving me any music. You know, the best way to describe this game, it would probably be bare. Like, everything was kind of made with the bare minimum. Even though to me it didn't feel like it at the time, because I thought, hey, I was doing this kind of cool thing with, you know, the words and stuff. But when actually playing the game, you know, after a day of not developing games, you get to and not thinking about the game, like this particular game, you really get a step back and really analyze it and say, yeah, probably not as good as I thought it was. My intention was to have a level where Sizzle, Zap, and Pow would be all in one, but that was just too difficult. However, now I'm thinking of it, Probably this bottom part would have been great for POW, but I guess I wasn't thinking. The game is very simple. I think that was a smart move on my part, was keeping everything simple and not trying to do some super duper stupid ridiculous. It's a very, very simple game. But a game where even Atari 2600 games like have better quality, because at least they remember to add in sound effects and music. Unlike this guy. No. This guy did not do so hot. Oh, there we go. Whoop. And wait. However, one thing that is kind of challenging is like, what would you give for sound effects for a game only comprised of words? Honestly, what sound effects would you give to the letter U? Boing, boing, but that doesn't even have the letter U in it, so it doesn't even feel creative. They just go boing, boing. Maybe bump, bump. It kind of has that U sound, so maybe. Pow, pow. Maybe I should, for the, maybe what I should have done is just say, like, record lines and actually, you know, have those be the sound effects. So I go bong, 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 and pow, pow, pow. And zap obviously could be zap, zap, zap. And sizzle would be sizzle, sizzle. Also, Pokemon Company. Hey, I'll be a voice actor for the anime for a new Pokemon. Zap, zap, sizzle, sizzle, and pow. I'll totally do that. I'll take credit. Fair enough. Oh, oh no. Okay, I take back what I said about it being being fair. This game's totally unfair. What was I thinking? Horrible collision, horrible physics. This game's awful. 0 out of 10. Keep dying too much on the last level. Probably a problem was that I didn't implement a checkpoint system, but maybe that would have made things too easy. And missed the point of, yeah, no. You know, there's kind of that harsh punishment if you have to restart the room. But just remember, I could have been a bigger idiot and say, hey, you have to restart the entire game. That would be stupid. Like, I'm a beginner game developer, but even I knew that no, restarting the whole game would be absolutely ridiculous, and I wouldn't even want to complete it. Yeah, what sucks is that I'm not ending this stream until I beat this level. It is the last level, but man, why did I have to make it so hard for myself? Why do I have to go against the thing I do? I rush through games. I'm not a speedrunner, no. But I sometimes, like if I'm not playing a game where the goal is to explore, where you would want to explore, because I do like to explore, but kind of like simple platformers, I tend to rush. I don't learn the patterns. What doesn't help me is that the POWs are actually at random to a point. Like, they only go left and right, but they start when the game starts off. They choose either left and right. So I have no idea if, like, exactly when they're going to be coming, because I don't know when they started out in the game. Especially when it comes to double ones, because sometimes they could be going the same direction, other times they'll be going opposite directions, and opposite directions would be more challenging. So it kind of has that a little bit of a random factor into it. And yeah, my allergies are killing me right now. Doesn't help that I also have to go to the bathroom right now. That's TMI. TMI. Too much indie. Now there's the second one. There we go. Alright. Yay! We did it. Oh! Oh, man. Oh, boy. Kids. Note to self. When you make a game, don't make it too hard for yourself unless that is the goal. And unfortunately for me, that was the goal of Past Me, was to make it hard even for myself. I think especially for myself, because I wanted to have fun actually playing the game. And games that challenge me, okay, it's kind of weird. Like, it depends on the game. Some games I love to challenge. Other games I kind of just want to relax. More open world games, I'm like, I don't want, stupid, ridiculous hard when I just want to explore. I do plan on playing Cuphead when it comes out to Switch. I never played it before. I've seen a lot of videos. I know how challenging it is, but that art style is very much dragging. So, like, it's very much dragging me in to play it. I wanted to play it, but I don't have an Xbox One, and I didn't have a PC until now. I had a laptop, but my laptop's not powerful enough to run games in the best quality. In that game, you want the best quality. Even though I said I'm playing on the Switch, which... Wow, okay, I don't know what's going on with the spacebar, but I made a promise that I am not ending this stream / video until I beat this level. And now because... I think the fact now, because I want to stop the stream, I'm rushing, and that's in turn is actually making me, stop, because now I'm dying at the early parts. I think part of it is it's not detecting when I press space, which is really weird. If I say that a lot about games, I am a button blamer. I blame the buttons. But thankfully what I'm going to do is that because it's going on YouTube, I get to learn, like, I get to watch this back, look at all, listen and watch all the criticism I was giving myself throughout the game, and have that apply to the next project, which I am giving myself almost 2 weeks to work on it. I'm giving myself the 12th of April to finish it, because that weekend's holiday. No, wait, Easter's the 21st. Oh boy, that was a nice save. But anyway, the Saturday I'm going to be out of town. I don't really want to stress when I just want to enjoy horror movies. So mechanically it doesn't really, there's no game changer, but part of it is it's alright. I think part of these complaints is that I personally just expect myself, like, I put too high of expectations on myself. That's how I've always been, is that I expect to be better than what I am. Like, I expect myself to make a like a game like Super Mario Brothers, when reality is my skill levels are not quite there yet. But I will admit, the next game, there was some inspiration from Super Mario Brothers. It's going to be another platformer. You can check out the streams on YouTube, or you can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. There we go. There's 2, right? Ooh, ho, ho, ho. There we go. Now we just run for it. Now, I don't know what's up with that part just being really challenging for me. It shouldn't. Especially since it's kind of like the halfway point of the level. And yes, I did beat it. Oh, oh dear Lord. All right. Let's always drink water, kids. Young man, old man, young woman, old woman, non-binary, whoever. Whoever watches this video, either you're young or old, please learn from my mistakes. And that's kind of the reason I'm doing this stream, and why I'm going to upload it to YouTube later, is I'm showing you my mistakes and showing me my mistakes. Because sometimes you just don't see those mistakes when you're actually working on the project. Sometimes you have to finish a draft of the project before you can see flaws. Admittedly though, this probably could have been a worse game, but that's not saying much, because any game, good or bad, could have been a worse game by default. So saying that is not an excuse, really. So I don't even know why I said that. Oh, come on, man. Come on, me. I'm going to yell at the game developer for this later. I know him personally. He's a jerk, I tell ya. The guy who made this game is a jerk. Probably said some nasty things on Twitter. There we go. Yeah, the game dev, he probably a virgin. You know, I know for a fact he's a virgin. Because he's me. Admitting that to the internet. Well, whatever. I don't care. If you're a virgin as well, cool. Shouldn't. And you know, at the end of the day, who even cares if you're a virgin or not? Either you choose to be or don't be, it's fine. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. And what's happening now is that I'm actually beating myself because I'm playing a game that I made and I can't beat the last level. All the random stuff I'll say on the stream just to drag this on before, because I want to save a final point when I actually beat this game. And I suck. Okay, another thing is, I know I suck at games. Like, not hardcore suck, like I can never play or beat a game. No, I'm a casual player. I don't seek the hardest of the hard. I love playing games, don't get me wrong, and I have plenty of video games, both digitally and physical. I grew up playing games for most of my life. Sugar honey iced tea. But again, I think the problem is I just don't. I'm someone who likes to stay in their comfort zone. So I was like, no, I kind of want to enjoy. Some games I will go hard. I will play on a difficult mode, but I rarely ever play on like the hardest difficulty. And quite a few games I just play easy simply because I just want to enjoy the game. And I feel there should be no shame in that. As a game community, there should be no shame of, if you want to play, easy mode, you should be allowed to play easy mode. Some people don't see it that way. They don't see you as, there's this like wrong mindset, okay, that if you don't play in the hardest difficulty, the way some developers want you to play, then you're not a true gamer, which is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous mindset that I know some people have, a small minority of people have, but a lot of people who shout on the internet, a loud part of the internet, they're loud. Gosh, I knew this last level was going to give me a lot of trouble because I beat it only once. This is Mario Maker level right here. Which I can't wait for Super Mario Maker 2 when it comes out. I am definitely going to stream that when it comes out. I cannot wait. Wow. So the next game I made is going to be difficult, but not in this kind of... for a different reason. I don't think as difficult, but... I'm actually doing a kind of an interesting mechanic. And it's actually kind of a funny idea I didn't think about. Stop. I can't quit though. If I quit this, another problem is I quit. I sometimes quit too much, too often. Like, it's okay to quit something that that's not for you or something like that. Like, if you're working at a job that makes you miserable, doesn't fulfill you, and you're just not satisfied with, then find a new job and quit. It's okay. Like, those instances is fine, but when you have a personal goal, that when you actually like, that goal is going to feel rewarding. It's going to be you're going to be satisfied when you complete that goal. those are kind of the times when you don't want to quit, especially when you're so close. It's always when you're so close to the goal that is when you want to quit the most. That's what I've learned in my 23 years of life. I just realized the title I said, playing my last game. I should have said first game, but this was the last game I made, so technically it's right, but the way it sounds, it's like, oh, my last game I'll ever make, but that's not the case. I plan on making 5 games by June 15th, and my goal for 2019 is to make 10 games. That will be my final point when I actually complete this game. Oh my god, I don't know what's up with the spacebar sometimes. Maybe it isn't the spacebar, it's me as the player. It's player error. Because I know I am a button error. Because sometimes I do say, but I hit the button, I hit the button. And I get really mad, I smash button several times. But that's mostly for multiplayer games. Which I found out multiplayer games with friends, you know, like if you're just playing with friends, I'm fine with multiplayer games. But multiplayer games where it's more competitive, like Overwatch, and you're playing with complete strangers on the internet, I find out I get really stressed out playing those games. I get frustrated when I lose, and I don't have a fun time playing those games all the time. And honestly, if I'm not playing a game with my friends, I just stay away from multiplayer games now. I just found that I did not need that stress. When, like, games should be a way for me to relax, you know. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't be challenging, but they shouldn't cause stress to the point you're not having fun. Like, this is different. This is... And the thing was, like, with multiplayer games, there's a lot that happens that isn't your fault. That's what's really stressful about it, is that you can die or you can lose because of something that was completely out of your control. And that, to me, is very frustrating. And that's the thing with a lot of single player games, is that the ones that are actually functional, they challenge you, but usually when you die or something like that, it is usually your fault, unless of course the game is broken and there's glitches, bugs, poor collision detection, all that, you know, that are out of your control. Then yeah, that's a different story, because that's objectively a bad game when it's broken like that. Oh, I was not going to be able to dodge that. See what I mean with the randomness with the POW? Sometimes they do that and you get screwed. Like, you know, people say Super Meat Boy is a rage game, but okay, part of it was I only played a little bit of the first world when I replayed it. I just found, you know, I was like kind of that itch of, I just kind of want to play Super Meat Boy for a little bit, and I kind of realized, like, man, I'm better than the game that Anyway, that I was better at the game than I thought. Maybe because I retained the skill, the past those levels. But I don't remember myself raging at the game. Simply because I knew that it was my error. It was my fault. Sorry, I had to check notifications on my phone. I do admit, though, it is taking me longer than I thought it would, but that's okay. It's allowing me to stream longer. Meaning a longer video, meaning more watch time, meaning possible engagement. But I do imagine it is getting very, very tiring for you guys to watch this over and over and over again. You know, sometime in the future, I want someone to actually tally up the amount of times I die. Now, that would have probably been a cool feature, just to have like kind of a death count. Like, hey, here's how many times you died. I would be... Yikes. Oh, damn it. I just want to beat this level. Just want to beat this level. I want to do my thing. I want to go home. Well, I am home. So why was I saying I want to go home? Well, regardless, I want to beat this level. I want to feel proud of myself. And oh, this is gonna be difficult. Difficult. I knew that was gonna happen. I saw that. I was like, ah, no. I don't want to quit though because I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I can't prove as the developer that I can beat my own game. There we go. Like, seriously, it's taken me too long to beat this level, but I guess the good news is that it's at least, you know, not a very short game for me. I can't say the same about other people. I'm gonna be patient. Patient. Here's what we're doing. Patient. Patient. And they're gonna come back. And we're not gonna screw ourselves again. Now we're gonna run. Alright. Alright. Oof. Okay. Go. Run. Okay. Okay. Making progress. There's two. Okay. Go. Stop. Ah. My boys. My boys. Oh, I want to slap past me for this game. I want to slap past myself because I want to slap him. I want to tell him what he did was a no-no. Was a no. Not okay. Not okay. Alright. I just gotta remember patience is key. Sweet. We're gonna go. Stop. Up. Up. There we go. And now we're gonna run. Da 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 da. I was not looking. That was complete stupidity on my part. I was not looking. That was definitely stupidity. Maybe I should do how many times I died in my own game. Can I have a counter? Wow. How long have I been streaming for? Okay, now we're 15. I don't know, I guess let me know. Was it entertaining for you to watch me play this level over and over again? Or did you find this annoying? Let me know in the comments below. Oh, what sucks is that I kind of want to be mad at myself. Like, I want to be mad at the game, but I can't because I know, well, I'm the idiot that made this game. So I can't really be mad about it. This is what I'm going to do with all my games. I'm just going to do like a let's play on it, at least at the beginning. Ah, that was a nice save. Okay, we're going to go, stop. Wait for it, bump, jump, go, you racer, go. Space! I was pressing space. Ha 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 ha. This is a time waster right here. This last level. Maybe this whole game should have been this one level. But then again, that wouldn't be good game design and not, you know, teaching you the mechanics of the game with the hazards. And throwing you at the beginning like this would, like if this was the beginning, that would be really, really unfair. And it would make the rest of the game look like a bore. Come on. There we go. Remember when rage games like Super Meat Boy were super popular? I mean, there is still some popularity with, you know, Cuphead and all that, but you get the point. Cuphead's a different genre. Well, then again, Dark Souls is still really popular. You know what? Never mind. I'll take back what I said, because remember when those hard rage games were still popular? Well, they are popular. They are still popular. What am I even talking about? Okay, gonna wait. Jump. Jump. Go. Gonna wait right here. Wait for them. And go. There we go. Come on. Okay, wait for that one. Okay, we're safe on that part. Unless I do something stupid again. Knowing me, that will happen. Alright, let's wait to see the pattern for this one. Okay. Pattern's good. Should be good right here. Okay, go. Oh my god, I am almost to the end. I know I am. If I can be it right here. Oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh my lordy, yes! I did it. I beat my own game. There. There. Oh my goodness. That was... Yeah, I will... If I could time travel back in time, I will travel back to the moment I finish this game and slap. I would slap myself, and I will remember that. Oh my goodness. So we learned quite a bit from the stream. Yes we did. Alright, so the final point. Oh yeah, you win. Enter the restart. Yeah, if you want to actually restart that hole. I don't want to replay that again. I don't even want to think about that game again. Anyway. So. Why did I do this? That's kind of the point where I was leading up to. Why did I show you my crappy game? My unpolished. My 6-day rush game. Well, because I told you it's my first game. And I think, I know I kind of had this, when I was starting out, I had this, illusion that I wanted to work on this really cool RPG. That I knew it was going to take me a while to make. Then when I was, going back, I wanted to recreate the game I made back in high school. Remake that. Then I wanted to add some stuff, and I realized it was going to take me several months. Thing is, those shouldn't be your first games, the ones that are going to take you a while to make, because you'll probably lose interest in making them. And really what you expect, that crappy game that I just made, yeah, that's the type of game you should be expecting. That should roughly be, your expectations. Not even that crappy game, because technically it isn't my first. Because I've actually had some game maker experience, even, back in high school. That's the game engine I worked with. Granted, having that game engine, that game maker was, that was years ago. So I still had to relearn. And I did a tutorial game before I made that game. So even that Rush 6-day platformer should not even be your expectations of what the first game you'll ever make is. But it should be kind of the expectations of maybe your first publicly released game, if you choose to release games. And I highly recommend you do, because when you're starting out, you don't want to work on your big, ambitious project. What you want to do is make games. That is your goal. Make games. Don't, completely ignore those ambitious, big ideas. No, write them down. Save them for later. And then when you are skilled enough, go back to them. See if you still want to make them or not. Or maybe you'll notice that, that wasn't going to work. Or, I want to change that. So, again, your goal right now, like my goal is to just make games and get games out there, because you're going to make mistakes. These early games you're going to make, they're going to be riddled with mistakes. There's going to be major flaws. And you want those in those small games, because they're small games that nobody's going to really play. If you do it with a big game that you did Kickstarter and that's your first game, and you have these major flaws, you're going to be in a hurt, world of hurt. Not only for yourself, or, you're probably going to lose interest in the project, but a lot of people are not going to be really happy for you if you do a Kickstarter campaign. But if you don't do a Kickstarter game and try to spend years on the game, and you're making these big flaws that you don't know how to fix, and you'll lose interest and you'll probably quit. It's not... Now, I know there's an exception to that rule, of course, but majority is with any creative project, you're probably going to lose interest in a major project in a field that you are still learning, because you're making mistakes. You're hitting, roadblocks that you just don't know how to solve yet. You don't, like, game developing and problem solving is a skill that takes time to learn. You don't want to rush it. Anyway, that was the point of this. So anyway, I'm going to end the stream here. It will be up on YouTube later today. This is not an April Fool's Day joke. I know what it'll say, but no, it's not an April Fool's Day joke. But anyway, thank you for watching. Check me out on YouTube if you are watching me on Twitch. I problem is I don't know if anyone was actually watching me on Twitch. Chat room's empty, so I have no idea. I probably should have the stream, statistics or whatever in view, but I didn't. And it's probably a good thing I'm ignoring it, simply because ignoring like the views, simply because numbers shouldn't be your focus. If you focus way too much on numbers, you're gonna want to quit. Anyway, if you're watching me on Twitch, check out my YouTube channel. I need to set up my Twitch a little bit better to have the other links to my accounts. I'm going to be working on that. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe to YouTube if you want to see more content of me. Follow me on Twitch if you want to join me on these streams. Follow me on Twitter. And check out my games on itch.io. I know there's only the one game, but there's more to come. But anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.